Salah, good morning.
Francis,
The way you are laughing, why?
no, you need to explain the good side.
Well, I
I
know,
want,
I
I
know.
want to
Typically,
understand.
for the cocoa farmer, when it rains, they have a special ritual that they do.
Mm-hmm.
When the rains pour like that, what they eat changes. How they relate to the day changes. Everything in between begins to change. So that's what I mean. Unless you have something you want to share with us.
So this is a special period for you to plant a lot of crops for food to come. You get
Ibrahim,
it?
come and listen to this, your gentleman. That in the rainy season, that's when you have to plant seeds. Are you serious? Unless you are being figurative.
No, no. You plant a
You.
lot of crops because you have rain. Your
Mm.
land becomes very fertile.
Mm-hmm.
Your crops get a lot of water to be able to grow the way you want them to grow.
I thought.
So
I
I
thought.
understand. I understand
Wait.
when you
I
say
thought
you're
you just.
having a.
I thought you plant just before the rainy season begins. So
That's
that
what
the
I said.
rains pour on the
Those
seeds.
those that are growing can grow well. They
Uh-huh.
need this weather to be able to grow.
Okay.
They need some level of strength. And when it rains like this,
Mm-hmm.
it opens the soil up for them to for their roots to be able to find places to stand. You get it?
See.
So it's good time for farmers and it's good time for in fact all farmers.
Hmm.
This is
I have to
this is
thank the
their
Lord for the life of Mutala Inusa and also for Ibrahim Alassan. And there's a reason I say this. Mutala is our legal affairs correspondent, and his background is in farming, cocoa farming, right? And I've never seen a cocoa farmer who's poor. There's not one. Then I also have a brother who is our parliamentary correspondent, whose area of expertise beyond parliament is construction. So, he's also a cocoa farmer in addition. See, even the better. So, cocoa farm on one side, building house and construction on the other. Charlie, what's not to give, man? What's not to give? Sikano
I
Dawson
I is a big man.
is here. Both of
Yeah,
you
we
are.
have to
So
be
yes,
visiting him
I
on
am.
Friday. We have to visit him
I
at
am in good company. So I have my correspondents who are super rich, and we are aspiring to be. So yeah.
Why is it really assemblable?
Oh, I said that they are very so near. Anyway, buddy. Okay. So yesterday, let's go through what happened yesterday in court, and then we can look to what's coming today. Um, there are reports about Cecilia Dapa's mates asking for documentation from the special prosecutor in their case. What's that about?
Okay, so Francis, you know that seven accused persons, including Patience Bushi and Sarah J. Both of them are former housemaid of Madame Sisi. And this whole issue about Madame Sisi, we know what has happened. The controversy, the OSC has come in, investigated Madame Sisi, went to their home at Abelenke and other places to conduct search. They were once upon a time arrested, interrogated, interviewed, and all that. We've heard all those things from the office of the OSP and all that. But that leg of the OSP action, currently, we know what has become of it. Now we are focusing on the criminal action where these persons have been charged. They have pleaded not guilty to stealing, dishonestly receiving, and other some of the counts there. Prosecution have opened their case, and the husband of Madame Titi Adafa, Daniel Osekufor, 81 years old, so 81-year-old is in the witness box. He has given his evidence in chief, and now he's facing cross-examination. And the lawyers of Patient Boshi, the 18-year-old, were told it's a hairdresser, is the one conducting the cross-examination now. They started the day before yesterday, and yesterday they were supposed to continue. But of course, once the case was called, lawyer for Patient Boshi, lead lawyer for Patient Boshi, Komi Vidochi, indicated to the court that they have filed an application and a motion. And what that motion seeks to do is to seek an order for the special prosecutor to furnish the accused person, Patient Bushi, with some document. And the document that they are asking for, one, is investigation caution statement that the OSP took from Madame Cecilia Dapa and the husband. Number two, they are asking for all interviews conducted by the OSP of the couples. And number three, they are also asking for all interrogations and other information that the OSP took from Madame Sijadapa and the husband. And my understanding is that even very soon they will be coming out with a supplementary affidavit to ask for audio recording and video recording in relation to whatever investigation or whatever information that Madame Sijadapa and the husband gave to the OSP. So what they are saying is that they filed it yesterday, and the hearing date or the case that the case has been fixed for, the motion has been fixed for hearing, is on June 27th. So they are asking the court that those documents will help them conduct further cross-examination of Daniel Osei Kuffour. So they want an adjournment. The court looked at the situation and said, okay, if that is the case, while waiting for June 27th to come, the court will adjourn the case to June 18th and decide and consider whether the other accused persons who are yet to conduct cross-examination can have their turn while waiting for the lawyer to move the motion on June 27th, and whatever will become of it will know. If they are able to get those documents, which they say will help them ensure that they are conduct effective cross-examination, then the court will proceed from there. So Justice Marie-Louise Simon has now adjourned the matter to June 18, and on June 18, the court is likely to ask some other accused person to cross-examine Daniel Osei Kuffour, who was present in court yesterday while waiting for that particular motion that Patience Botchwey and her lawyers are asking, that they want the OSP to furnish them with all documents in relation to interrogation, caution statements, and other recordings that they have procured from Madame Sijadapa during their searches.
I see. Okay. And when this request was made, what was the response from the team of Cecily Adapa?
So prosecution in this case did not oppose to that. In fact, the motion was only filed yesterday, and even a copy was not even served on them. So it was difficult to know what their position would be. They didn't say anything in relation to what they would do. In fact, Christabel Sama and Nafuri, who is an assistant state attorney, did not say anything in relation to that particular response. All that the court said was that let's adjourn the case. The return date is June 27. So I'm sure that if they have any reservations, if they have anything to do, once they are officially served with the motion that has been filed, they will have a say by way of June 27 when that motion is right for hearing. Whatever they have to say, they will say. But yesterday, as was brought to the attention of the court, the prosecution didn't say anything in relation to what they want to do and what they wouldn't do.
I see. Now to the Beige matter. Count 61. We are now number what?
So yesterday, the 11th defense witness was in court, and this witness happens to be a lawyer as well. And his name is Foster Nyaku Brobe. And Foster Nyaku Brobe has worked as a general manager for a company under the Bench Group. And then that company under the Bench Group is called BBL. And BBL is a company under the Bench Group that took a lot of projects. And so he was in court to testify in relation to some of the projects they took, how they went through in executing all those projects, and the fact that the receiver of Bench Bank is aware of the existence of all those projects that they took when they were expanding or transitioning from a savings and loan to a bank. And so if allegations that Michael Nyineku stole money, Michael Nyineku siphoned customers' money, or monies were transferred from related companies just for his personal benefit, his testimony was to the effect that that cannot be true. And he attended in some document how monies released were used for certain projects and all that. So in effect, that witness was in court yesterday before Justice Lydia Osei-Mafo, and he said the allegations of certain amounts cannot be true, that certain monies were taken and could not be accounted for. He provided certain statements to show how those monies were disbursed, how those monies were utilized, and for the projects that they were used for. So all those things came up yesterday when the 11th witness voted the witness box before Justice Ifeanyi Sewasare Botchwey, who is a justice of the Court of Appeal, but he's dealing with this case with an additional responsibility as a High Court judge.
Then the Saglemi housing case as well. The case involving Alhaji Collins Dauda. What became of it yesterday in court?
So yesterday, Alhaji Collins Dauda, Kweku Ajiman Mensah, and a new Vicente Angelo, three of them were in court. You notice that this case started with 5 accused persons. The contractor has passed on, so he is no more in this trial. And Alhaji Zibrim Yakubu, who happens to be the former chief director of the ministry, is unwell, and the court has granted him the permission because he wanted his lawyers to represent him. As and when his presence is needed in the courtroom, he will be made to come. Yesterday, what was expected to happen was for the second prosecution witness to testify or to give evidence. And yesterday, there was also another motion which was filed by Alhaji Collins Dauda and his lawyers. What they say was that motion was seeking was that they want the passport of Alhaji Collins Dauda released because between the period of June 20th and July 5th, he has to be traveling or having a parliamentary duty out of the country. And so they want the release of his passport between 20th of June. In fact, the prosecution indicated that the lawyer indicated that the event will span between 21st of June to the 5th of July. But of course, he has to travel by June 20th. And so they want the passport released. Prosecution led by Hilda Craig, a principal state attorney, they did not oppose to that particular request. Consequently, Justice Ernest Owusu-Dapah, who is also a justice of the Court of Appeal, directed the registrar of the court. You notice that the passport is with the court because of the fact that they were granted bail. And as part of the bail conditions, all the accused persons were supposed to submit their passport to the registry of the court. If they needed to travel, they need to come by way of motion for the court to direct a release. Justice Ernest Owusu-Dapah has directed that the registrar of the court release the passport to Alhaji Collins Dauda, who will travel between June 20th and July 5th. The court is indicating that upon his return, by July 9th, he should return the passport back to the registrar of the court. So yesterday, that was the only thing that happened in relation to the Saglemi affordable housing. The court adjourned the matter to today. And today, just to look at what is coming up today in relation to this same matter, we expect that the second prosecution witness who was in court yesterday will be back in court today for his testimony. He has been in court yesterday inclusive a third time because he had issues with some exhibit that he intended to attach to his witness statement. The lawyers want all of them, the defense lawyers, want all those documents packed together. A prosecution indicated that those documents are already before the court, but they want everything attached to his witness statement. So once you take the witness statement, all those exhibits that are attached, and it becomes very easy to deal with them. They say that yesterday they told the court that they have been able to put their house in order and they were ready for the witness to testify. So today, in relation to the Saglemi affordable housing, the prosecution's second witness, who happens to be an officer within the ministry, will mount the witness box and testify before the court presided over by Justice Ernest Owusu-Dapah.
All right. I think that part you've already covered on what's to come with the Saglemi matter. But the other one that everyone is looking a very close eye on is on the ambulance case. It has the domino effect on proceedings in the House of Parliament today. What are we to expect happen in court today?
So, for instance, on Tuesday, the center of the issue of contention was the admissibility or the tendering evidence of the audio recording between Richard Japa and the Godfred Yeboah Dame, the Attorney General. That particular audio was played in the open court, and the prosecution led by the Director of Public Prosecution at the time opposed to its admissibility. One of the things that she said was that the accused persons did not lay proper foundation to have it tendered. Number two, they see no relevance as to there's no relevance in relation to this very tape as far as the subject matter before the court is concerned. They're also saying that for a recording to be obtained secretly the way it was done, it has to be alleging a commission of a crime. And if you listen to that, no crime has been alleged or has been plotted by the Attorney General. And they went ahead to make references to how they laid the foundation for the alleged coup or the high treason case before the court that led to some 6 persons being convicted and subsequently sentenced to death. And so they say that prosecution or the accused persons did not, particularly Dr. Kasila Tuforsin, his lawyers were trying to send out that particular audio through Richard Japa. But lawyers of Atuforsin, led by Dr. Abdul Basit Bamba, said, look, what are you talking about? This is an Attorney General who is the initiator of this prosecution matter, and he had on tape discussing a co-accused person with another accused person, and you are saying that it has no relevance in relation to the trial before the court. Are you saying that this very case that the Attorney General has acted, this conduct of the Attorney General, which they describe as contempt of court, because they felt that the Attorney General is, as it were, subjecting the authority of the court into disrepute, and so the court should take notice of that, and the court should accept the audio and examine its content, which has a direct bearing. One of the things that they also pointed out was the fact that if you look at the issues discussed, LC, letter of credit, which is the main focus of this whole trial, and we are told that Atuforsin, as it were, signed that particular letter of credit without any authorization from the substantive minister at the time or his boss at Tekpe. So they are making the point that, look, that issue was discussed, and even the second accused person who has since been discharged, Dr. Sylvester Nemana, as it were, was said to have been the one who even made that payment and all that. So on what point is prosecution saying that that particular tape is not relevant to the matter at hand? Of course, after hearing all the parties, Justice Efiate Wasaribuchi adjourned the matter to today. So today, we expect that the court will make a ruling as to whether the objection raised by the prosecution would be sustained. And Francis, if it is sustained, it means that it will not be relied on. It will not be relied on in court. But if the objection is overruled, it means that it will be admitted in the evidence. And when the court is assessing this whole matter in its entirety at the end of the case, it will be taken into consideration. So today, we are looking at the court making a ruling as to whether to admit the audio in evidence or not. And whatever decision that will be taken after, we expect the lawyers of Dr. Kasila Atuforsin to possibly end their cross-examination of Mr. Japa today.
So, once this tape in question and the ruling on it becomes clear, then the continuation of the case becomes possible. Other than that, it can't happen, correct?
Absolutely. So once arguments have been advanced at the last court sitting, the simple task of Justice Efiate Wasaribuchi will be to deliver a ruling. And in relation to objections, sometimes the rulings are not too long. So the anticipation is that the judge will make a ruling on that as he has indicated. And after, whether it is admitted or not, the cross-examination of Mr. Japa by lawyers of Dr. Kasila Atuforsin will continue unless something has come up that the court will require the court to adjourn the matter. But what we do expect, aside the ruling on the objection, is for lawyers of Dr. Kasila Atuforsin to conclude on their cross-examination of Mr. Japa, after which the Attorney General's Department will also take on or still take over the cross-examination of Mr. Japa.
All right. Are there indications of an application for Atuforsin to be absent in court today?
At the last court sitting, that issue came up, and it came up where the court indicated, in fact, the content of the letter was not read. But what Justice Efiate Wasaribuchi indicated was that ordinarily she would have invited the parties into chambers, but she made the point that she's done so many times, but I look at the lawyers or the parties are not heeding to that particular advice that she normally would give them in chambers. And so what she decided to do was to say whatever has happened in open court. It came to bear that sometime May 31st, Parliament wrote to the court and asking that Dr. Katira Tuforsin be absent at the last court sitting. The court said, if you look at the date of that letter and the fact that the court sat on June 6th, it wasn't brought to the attention of the court. And just when the court was about to sit on the following day, the letter was brought to its attention. What the court said was that the accused person and their lawyers should be able to assist the court as the court also assists them in coming to, or taking steps forward. The court said if that letter had come to the court's attention earlier, the court would have planned and know, but you don't bring it to the attention of the court just when the court had made plans to sit. And that the court said it won't take that as an excuse. You're an accused person, and you should be in court anytime the case is called. The court made an example of what about if he's not a minority leader and it's an ordinary person like you and I, is he going to tell the court that he's not going to come to court? That the court said it will not accept. She went away to even make reference to when special prosecutors at the time, Martin Amedu charged Mahama Yariga. A similar letter was written from Parliament. Then Michael Quay, Professor Michael Quay, was the Speaker of Parliament, and the court rejected that and said, as an accused person, once the case is called, you are bound to be in court. And if you are not in court, you need to show reason why you are not in court, just so a bench warrant is not issued for your arrest. So yeah, that particular letter is the attention of the court, but the court had issues with when it was brought to its attention.
All right, Murtala Inusa, thank you very much for the updates this morning on what's happened in court yesterday and what's to come today. Safe journey to the court. Take it easy on the road, eh? Please drive the Rolls Royce with care.
Thank you, Francis, and have a wonderful day.
All right, you too, brother.
Why do you take delight in doing that?
Why?
Giving people what they don't have.
But
what's serious?
Wait. He said yes. So why are you complaining?
He said yes.
Yes.
Why did I say yes?
Are you not asking what you said yes to? I said take it easy on the road. Drive safe in your Rolls Royce. You said okay.
Francis, I will invite you and your lawyers to court very soon.
That's true. So the point is that this gentleman is doing leggings. Instead of you to let the public know that he's doing leggings, so if there's any benefactor somewhere,
you mean
he can get it. He's been working.
Wait. Leggings meaning that you are saying that Murtala's failure to come here this morning in person
It's because he works.
is because he has gone to buy leggings for somebody, for a lady. That's why she could not come. He could not come in this morning.
I beg to all of you who want to get a car for Murtala, I beg, please do. It's too brilliant and too hardworking to be working.
It's very
Murtala,
urgent. We need the car to be able to move.
no problem. No problem. As I said, please take care of the Rolls Royce for me. We'll be in touch.
Most definitely.
All right. That's Murtala Inusa. He's our legal affairs correspondent. Look, we are goofy like that. It's normal. That's what makes us uniquely different. That's what makes us as human as possible. So please understand. That's who we are. All right? With that said, I have some good news I want to share with you. You know me. Once there's something great, I can't keep it to myself. I definitely have to share with you so that we can all do well and enjoy life as we should. Yes. So